Episode 1. Imhotep. The man who built eternity from stone. Approximately 4,700 years ago. In the land we now call Egypt, humanity was only beginning to witness the true rise of writing, cities, and organized states. Every year, the Nile River overflowed its banks, bringing fertile soil and life. People cultivated the land, and small settlements gradually evolved into great civilizations. It was during this remarkable era that one of history's first great geniuses emerged. His name was Imhotep. Today, many people have never heard his name. Yet the foundations of modern engineering, monumental stone architecture, and planned construction all bear the mark of his legacy. Imhotep was far more than an architect. He was also an engineer, physician, priest, mathematician, and statesman. During Egypt's third dynasty, he served as the most trusted advisor to Pharaoh Djoser. At that time, pharaohs were typically buried in low rectangular tombs built from mud bricks. These tombs were known as mastabas. But Imhotep did not want to build an ordinary tomb. He did not want to be forgotten. He envisioned a structure unlike anything humanity had ever seen before. One mastaba placed upon another. Then another. And another. Until a massive six-tiered stone monument stood before the world. Today, it is known as the world's first step pyramid. The Step Pyramid of Saqqara. It was not merely a tomb. It was the first great stone monument in human history. Rising to nearly 60 meters, this extraordinary structure marked the beginning of a new era in engineering and architecture. The methods developed by Imhotep would later inspire the construction of the famous pyramids of Giza. Perhaps the Great Pyramid of Khufu would never have existed, if Imhotep had not taken the first step. His achievements were not limited to architecture alone. Ancient Egyptian records suggest that Imhotep possessed extraordinary medical knowledge. How he acquired this knowledge remains unknown to this day. Centuries later, medical texts mentioned his name with profound respect. Some ancient sources even attribute methods for treating broken bones, examining wounds, and diagnosing illnesses through careful observation to his work. For this reason, many historians regard him as the world's first known physician. As time passed, Imhotep ceased to be remembered as an ordinary man. Hundreds of years after his death, the Egyptians came to honor him as a symbol of wisdom. Temples were built in his name. The sick prayed to him, hoping for healing. A life that began in service to a king ultimately ended with him being revered as a god. Such an honor has been granted to very few people throughout history. Imhotep never won a great battle. He never commanded vast armies. He never discovered new continents. Yet sometimes, changing the world does not require a sword. A single idea. A single drawing. A single bold engineering decision, can change the course of human history. Today, we build skyscrapers. We construct enormous bridges. We design dams, tunnels, and even space stations. At the heart of all these achievements lie planning, geometry, and the principles of monumental stone engineering. And one of the first great pioneers of that story was a quiet man who lived along the banks of the Nile nearly 4,700 years ago. Imhotep. His name may occupy only a few lines in many history books. But his creations have stood the test of time for thousands of years. Stones cannot speak. Yet sometimes, silence becomes history's greatest witness. That is the legacy Imhotep left behind. His life came to an end. But the ideas he built continue to live on alongside civilization itself. In the next episode, we will explore how Hammurabi, one of history's first great lawmakers, shaped concepts of justice that continue to influence legal systems even today.